Welcome to another Buck Talk mailbag episode. Just a reminder that I may be a financial advisor, but I'm not your financial advisor. This video is for entertainment, not advice. Be sure to slap that subscribe button. New content every day. Now, let's take a look at today's caller. Should I sell my long-term company RSUs, CRM as Salesforce, to diversify? I will make a loss of 50K if I do. Make a loss. What an interesting way to say it. Okay. This person is an employee at Salesforce and has 1,000 RSUs. Those are restricted stock units, and they presumably vested, so they're probably not restricted anymore unless there's like a blackout period where they can't sell them. You can still have some restriction on them. Because I'm an idiot and did not sell them at vest. It does usually make a lot of sense for a publicly traded RSUs to sell them when they vest, unless you really feel amazing about the company and just want to have a lot of exposure to it. The reasoning is you already work for the company and you're going to get more units in the future. And so that's two ways that your finances are tied to the company. You get a third way if you keep your RSUs after they vest, right? Because you had your income, that's one. You have future RSUs, which will vest and be worth something, that's two. And then you have you can think of your past RSUs, where if you keep them there, they're your current stock exposure. So the general advice, the most common advice you'll see is to sell when they vest. But a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people feel like it's much more, well, not just that it's buying in for the company, but that their chance of getting rich, kind of a FOMO, miss out if all their buddies, all their coworkers keep their stock and they don't, the company does really well, they might not get really, really ridiculously rich. And they might see everyone else they know make a ton of money, buy a house. So something to think about. Sounds like this person held on to them probably for the few years before 2022 or 2021. This person felt like an absolute genius for keeping all their RSUs. So it goes both ways. And I'll pause there and say having concentrated stock is one of the hardest problems in personal finance. It's not easy to figure out what to do with concentrated stock. How much does this person have? They're saying they have 1,000 RSUs and the price is at 210. So this person has $210,000. Okay, that's a lot. I wonder what the rest of the balance sheet looks like. It's probably most of their assets. Let's read the rest of the post. You're scared if CRM will see those dark days again. Yeah, that's reasonable. Don't need the money right now. It's also reasonable. Given all that, what should I do? And then the person gives two options: hold on until it rises to 250 and then sell, or sell now. Well, there's no guarantee it's going to go back to 250. That's like a classic anchoring bias where it was at 250, so you want to wait for it to get to 250. There's not a whole lot of reason to wait for that number, and the fact that you've got the loss and you could harvest it and offset some future gains, you'd have to do it in the next 20 years, but be a reasonable thing to do. If you're going to keep working there and you're going to keep having units that vest, you have unvested units. The question is, do you want an extra $210,000 of exposure to your company or not? It seems like you don't, but it's a personal question. It can be tricky. A lot of people don't like the risk of selling everything and kind of pulling the ripcord at once. You could sell over time. You could sell as it hits different prices. Generally speaking, I'm a fan of picking dates and saying, hey, I'm going to sell X amount of shares on a certain date. It's a pretty good way to do it. But yeah, tricky question, something to think about. What are you going to do when future shares vest? Have you changed your mind about that plan? Good luck. Be sure to subscribe. New videos every day.